Hey everyone, and welcome to Master Tarot this morning. Well, after resisting for so long, I've decided to uh, jump on the bandwagon, hop on the bus, catch the train on this Elon Musk buying Twitter scenario. Mainly because I've just been seeing so much negativity, both from light worker readers, but also just in on forums and social media in general, and that's not the vibe I'm actually getting from when I meditate on this actual purchase. Now, I have absolutely no interest in Twitter whatsoever. I'm not on Twitter. I do have a personal account, but I follow one person and I never post anything, and that's Beau of the Fifth Column, because he has interesting tweets. I have no Twitter shares. I'm just completely not interested in it. So this reading has no vested interest in it whatsoever for me. So it is purely what the cards are telling me. What I am finding concerning, though, is the amount of negativity that's coming forward in regards to this purchase. Now, I don't see eye to eye with Elon Musk. I think there are a lot of ways his vast amounts of wealth could be spent more wisely, including paying some taxes in the US. But to give him credit, his company, yes, they are doing it for profit, but has stepped in and really taken over the NASA space program, delivering astronauts and supplies to and from the space station. Sending rockets to Mars, although what a waste sending a Tesla out and missing Mars by that much. And his work his company's work in the electric vehicle industry has really given that industry a boot along, a kick up the backside, and made really positive advancements in that industry. So giving credit where credit's due. But I am really seriously not feeling any negative vibes in regards to this purchase of Twitter. So I'll have a look at a few things today, see what the cards tell me. But what we do have to remember is, if you look at what Elon has said that he wants to actually do with Twitter, there is absolutely nothing concerning there at all, except for assumptions made on his freedom of speech statement. Now, the reason I'm not worried is he has straight out said that he wants to change the algorithms to get rid of bots and paid trolls. That's great. That's fantastic. There's just all sorts of little angles there that he's put forward. None of them are particularly. Creating an edit button. I mean, why wasn't that brought in years and years ago? I remember Facebook before we had edit, and you literally had to delete the post and then repost it if there was something that you needed a spelling mistake or something that you wanted to change in it. So the only thing that is concerning is the free speech. Now, I don't have a problem with what he's saying in regards to free speech, because he's actually very positive in the regards of free speech, except that free speech must be factual and truthful. So if anything, he's going to get rid of the conspiracy theories, the misinformation, disinformation, which are two separate things. Misinformation is, oh, whoops, I made a mistake. Disinformation is deliberately going out and lying. He's going to get rid of the lies, the propaganda, etc., is what I am feeling. So I'm going to have a look at that. So what I'll start with first of all, and to be honest, he's a businessman first and foremost. His intention is to make even more money. Do have to wonder how much money one actually needs, but if he uses it for good, I don't mind at all. But his intention is to make more money, and if he starts letting it go for a free-for-all with lies and abuse and deception and all the rest of it, people are going to leave, and that's not what he's after. He's not after people leaving the site, because then they don't make any money. Also, entire countries that have quite stringent speech regulations, for example, Germany is one of them, if they block Twitter, then that's the whole of Germany. If Germany goes, then it's a very good chance the rest of Europe will go as well. So that's not his intention. So I am not feeling any fear in regards to this at all. Still, it may have passed the shareholders, I'm not sure. As I said, I'm not really particularly interested. But I just wanted to be a counterpoint to those that are putting negativity out of there, and talking about negativity too. Further on to my reading the other day about Germany and Austria with their fossil fuels and Russia, etc. The other day, Russia cut off gas to Bulgaria and Poland. Bulgaria and Poland were going to cease getting gas from Russia within the next 6 months anyhow, and they weren't using a lot as is, and I gather Bulgaria is now getting their gas from Turkey and Poland is getting theirs from somewhere else. So that was a complete non-event, nothing, and when I read about it and I saw other readers reading on it, the overwhelming feeling I got was Putin is flailing around trying to make it look like he's doing something. Look at me, I'm all powerful, this is what I can do. But he's actually not doing anything. And it's him flailing around in desperation, as he knows this is the end for him. So that's the overwhelming feeling I got in regards to that. And if, you can worried about Austria and Germany, have a look at what I read the other day. I just, as ghastly as it all is, I'm not feeling the negativity that is flowing around some people at the moment. So just bear with me. Okay, tell me about Elon Musk and Twitter. Elon Musk and Twitter. I'll do a full Celtic cross, then I'll ask some specific questions, and then we might do an intuitive read on it. Tell me about Elon Musk and Twitter. Tell me about Elon Musk and Twitter. Tell me about Elon Musk and Twitter. Okay, interesting first card that's popped out, which is the Five of Swords. This is about stealing off with the armory, taking the truth and buggering off. Can be sabotage and deception, betrayal. Interesting first card that's popped out. So I'll just pop you back a bit and we'll come on down and have a look. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of that because that's not the vibe I'm getting. It crossed by the King of Cups. Now, okay. What I'm getting is this is how he is viewing Twitter at the moment. Is that, sorry, I'll try not to get in the glare here. Move my table right back from the window, but it's still getting a bit of glare this morning. That's how he's viewing Twitter right now, and this is how he's seeing himself come in as the calm, composed, diplomatic figure who will make everything run smoothly. So this is about lies and deception and betrayal and deceit and all those disappointment. You've got the figures in the background who have laid down their arms, and other decks it actually has other warriors or other soldiers walking away in disgust, and I get the feeling that that's what he feels that the current algorithms of Twitter are, and this is how he sees himself as the benevolent provider coming in with the sense of calm and to make everything balanced and right. At the base we've got the Ten of Cups. This is about still getting a bit of glare there, I do apologise for that. Just turn the table slightly and see if we can get rid of it. The Ten of Cups, which is the end of a cycle, but it's also very much about community, and that's at the base of the reading. He's wanting to create more of a community feel to Twitter, more community, more coming together, In the past, the Queen of Swords. This is in the past, the Queen of Swords. She's about intellect and wisdom. This is Elon in the past. Gosh, I don't know that he embraces very many feminine energies in him, but this is how he sees himself, as a benevolent truth bringer, wisdom bringer, peace bringer. Now, there's this fear that he's going to let Trump back in, but and I'll read on that in a minute, but I don't know that he's actually even a Trump supporter, is he? I think Elon's just a supporter of what suits Elon. Things are going to happen very quickly. This transfer, once it starts, it is actually going to happen very quickly, and it's going to happen in quite an ordered fashion. There's no chaos in regards to this Chariot card at all. We have in the near future is the Justice card, which is all about actions and consequences, and he knows that that's what the positivity of Twitter is going to be, is about the actions that are taken and the consequences of those actions. The Wheel of Fortune is the external influence. It's all about the rising of some and the deflating of others. It's closing some doors and opening others, and it is just a changing of the cycle, a changing of what is actually occurring. Internal choices. So he knows that he's going to be faced with a lot of choices that will need to be made in regards to Twitter, as to what direction he takes it in. Undecided as of yet. So he's still got these choices. There are some choices that he has that will need to be taken past governments, that will be need to take past the board. So he's coming up with an array of ideas that he's going to bring forward and just see what passes. Hopes and fears, a new beginning. It's a new financial beginning for Twitter. But also this is about it's about wealth, but it's also very much about business. So it's a new beginning for the business itself. Now, I'm always drawn in this card to the Stag himself, muscular, upright, solid, dependable, protective. Okay, interesting outcome. So we've got the Seven of Swords. So this is the lies and deceit, abuse of power, a new beginning. So this is... So what I'm seeing here is that he's actually going to work hard behind the scenes to bring forward this new beginning that will get rid of these abusive lies and deceits off the service. Interesting. I mean, it is what I have felt. So whether I'm putting myself into this reading, I'm not sure. I'm hoping I'm not. But because we've got this new beginning here, this new beginning there, actions and consequences, Wheel of Fortune, I am very much seeing that it is a completely new start. And then the next card I turned over was the Fool, which is all about new starts, moving forward with faith and courage, very much juggling everything, but there's nothing negative. In some of my decks, the Fool is quite a negative card. In this one, there's no negativity in this card whatsoever. We even have the Butterfly of Transformation, has the whole spectrum at his that he's bringing into the fore, into the play. It is going to happen very quickly, so this corresponds with my Chariot card there. We have the Lovers, so it's going to be about contracts and agreements, the Magician manifesting possibilities, and the Six of Cups. Going back to the past, but also going back to the innocence of the intention of Twitter. Base of the pack, reaping what you sow. things are going to be. This is what is the here. This is the here and now. He's very aware that he's going to reap what he sows, but Twitter has also reaped what it sows. It is harvesting what it has planted. There is a feeling that it's going to be restrictive, or there may be some restriction on him. People are anxious. However, there is this messenger of truth coming forward, and then we've got working together. So I'm not seeing anything negative in regards to, oh, excuse my messy kitchen behind there. People have been having breakfast and I haven't cleaned up from it yet. So I'm not seeing any negativity. What I'll quickly ask is just a few poignant questions. I don't want this to be a long reading. Will Trump get rid of the bots? I mean, you only have to look at, who was it, Bolsonaro, one of Putin's buddies, the pseudo president, the puppet president of Belarus, the day that it was announced that Musk would be approved for Twitter, Bolsonaro got 42,000 new followers, which is telling me that they're not real people, they are bots. They are there to spread propaganda or whatever, to give him some an inkling or a perception of validation or something like that, but that's not what I'm getting. Now, what leapt out of me there was restriction when I was talking about the bots themselves. So just tell me quickly, will Elon with his new algorithms be getting rid of the bots and the paid trolls? Will he be getting rid of the bots and it'd be interesting to know the numbers of bots and paid trolls. I mean, I think even on the same day, DeSantis in Florida got something like 28,000 new likers. On the same day as Bolsonaro got 42,000. It's just not feasible. It's not feasible. So tell me, will Elon's new algorithms get rid of the bots and trolls and paid trolls? There will always be trolls, but will he get rid of the paid trolls? Will he get rid of the paid trolls? Talking to some young people, they think it's actually a good thing because they seem to feel the same vibe that I do, that he's not going to use it for evil. A lot of them aren't even on Facebook or Twitter at the moment. The young people, they're finding these other social media sites and personal communication sites. So, Elon's not stupid. He's not stupid. So what I've got is it is going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. And actually, thinking about that is if you follow Cash Peters on YouTube, when he had a look a week or so ago in regards to Elon Musk taking over Twitter, his overwhelming images that he got was that Elon will sort of throw the top off the table, fiddle with the struts and legs underneath, and then put the top back on again. And that's really what I'm feeling as well. But yeah, it will be difficult, but yes, he is going to do it. So what we've got is, this is being a 10, it's the end of an era. 10s mean the end of a cycle, end of a series. And wands are messages. They're plans, but they're also very much messengers. So this person is walking away with these messages all flung over their shoulder. And yes, it is difficult. It is a burden. But it is the end of an era of these messages. And then I have the Ace of Swords, which is a yes. And yes, it is about bringing forward the truth. It is a plan that he has on the world stage. So he actually has a worldwide view of this. He has a worldwide view of what needs to be done. And then he's rebuilding a solid foundation. Can mean dark money and money laundering, but I'm not getting a negative vibe on that at all. So to me, it's about building a base that will hold the whole structure. And then I have the Queen of Wands, which is she's confident, she's outgoing, she's inspirational, she's sass. And then the Queen of Swords. So these are the new energies. So he's going to rebuild this base foundation, and these are the new energies that are coming forward, which is the feminine community, practicality, security, all those compassion, empathy, but very much I'm getting the feeling that that's what he's wanting to build, is actually a community that people feel comfortable in, where it is about the truth and it is about inspiration. And he is very aware of actions and consequences. And then we have the Page of Swords, so bringing forward this message of the truth. And again, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Different deck, a lot of the same cards. Wheel of Fortune. Some being out, some coming in. So I don't have an issue with any of that. We then have the Devil and the Magician, which is quite interesting because we've got the three major arcana sitting on the bottom here in regards to the Wheel of Fortune. This toxic devil energy will be ended, closed off, as there is this manifestation of new positive possibilities. And some will find themselves out in the cold, but the majority will find themselves embraced into this new community. So I don't, again, not seeing anything terribly untoward. Maybe I'm just a positive person. We'll find out when the time comes. But I want to have a quick look. Will Elon Musk focus on truth and fact? Will his new algorithms for free speech? Now, remembering in Australia we don't have free speech, isn't written into our constitution. We actually don't have a right to free speech in Australia. In the US, it's touted, free speech, it's in the constitution. No, it's not. The free speech that you have in your constitution gives people the right to freely criticise the government without fear of retribution. It doesn't give you the right to just say whatever you want about anybody. It is very specific that it is only the right to criticise the government truthfully without fear of retribution. So there's a lot of banded around about free speech, but it's very much a misunderstood right. Doesn't give you the right to say what you want about anybody. So tell me, will Elon Musk with Twitter, will he be focusing on factual and truthful speech? Factual and truthful. Will he be focusing on factual and truthful? Got some American politicians and shock jocks and all the rest of it coming back onto Twitter claiming, they've been let back on. No, they haven't. It's just that their period of time out has ended. They were under suspension for a week or a month or whatever it was. It just happened to coincide. So don't believe that either. Will Elon Musk be focusing on content that is truthful and factual? Truthful and factual. Truthful and factual. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, working hard behind the scenes. He has a plan that is coming to fruition. Seeing things from a different point of view. Will have to defend himself in regards to that. There will be those that are suddenly feeling like they're being confined, and others that feel like they have been let blossom. The Empress card, which is about abundance, prosperity, and the Ace of Wands, which is about inspirational messaging. A new start, but with inspirational messaging, and temperance, rebalancing. Temperance and rebalancing. So there's actually no wands there, which is interesting. It's all, sorry, not wands, there's no swords, the symbol of truth. It is all about the messaging that is going to come through, and the money that it's going to free up. But the ones that I find really interesting is about this abundance, this prosperity, this growth, with this inspirational new start of messaging and passion, and that it's going to be balanced. So he's going to walk away from what's not serving him. He's going to walk away from foolishness. He is going to bring something new, and it is going to bring with it the Star of Hope. And then we have this Page of Wands again, which is about bringing forward the message of truth on a solid foundation. So, yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting, that is his intention. Very last question. Might just see how we go with time. Is he going to... with what the writer claiming, hoping, believing, desperate for, is he going to let Trump back on? Is Musk going to insist that Trump come back to be let back onto Twitter? Is Musk going to insist that Trump be let back on for another? Is Musk for another attempt? Trump will be desperate. I'm getting Trump as desperate to be let back on again, even though he's got his own so-called Trump social. Is Musk going to let Trump back onto Twitter, or insist that Trump come back onto Twitter? At the end of the day, Trump is a money maker because he is so controversial. But is he going to be let back onto Twitter? Is he going to be let back onto Twitter? I don't... Yeah, possibly. Systems usually means government, legal systems. We'll just see what the clarifiers of that are. Part of the big plan coming to fruition on the world stage. Ships coming in. The world stage. Beneath the Hierophant and the Sun. So I've got three major arcana here, which tells me yes, that Trump will be let back on, but he is going to have to justify it. He's going to be let back on, but he's going to have to, there's going to be a bit of infighting about whether he is let back on again. There is this delusion that's going around in regards to Trump. Oh, okay. Very aware that it will bring abundance to the site. So I've got the Empress and Strength, and then Temperance again. So what I'm seeing, and then the Page of Swords on the bottom, bringing forward the messages of this truth, but then you've got complete and utter downfall brought down by being stabbed in the back by the truth. So the truth is stabbed good and properly and brought down that figure. You've then got the King of Swords, which is the investigations. You then have loss. a decision to be made, an inevitable ending, and then confinement. So what I'm really thinking out of this, because this is an interesting array of cards. So we've got the Hierophant as the main card, and this is the board, this is the shareholders, this is the Twitter conglomerate, so to speak. So this is them. Indicates a yes on the world stage. But we've got this plan coming together on the world stage for full illumination. What I'm seeing from this is going to be some argy-bargy back and forth about delusion. Trump being deluded. What I've got here is this Russia or is this abundance? It is going to bring people back to Twitter. Oh dear, poor Truth Social. Bring people back to Twitter and strengthen it before there is this rebalancing and moderation. So what I'm getting is that Trump will be let back on, but the truth, the messaging of the truth will bring him down along with his legal issues, and he will be gone again. He will be gone again. They will reach a crossroads where it will be inevitably ended, and Trump will be restricted. So I'm seeing yes, they'll give him another go, but I don't see it working out. Quickly, sorry, I'm up to 30 minutes already. I don't quite know where that time goes. I'm just going to race through some intuition cards. Just tell me intuition cards. Elon Musk and Twitter. What's the future for Twitter? What is the future for Twitter? It'll make no difference to my usage whatsoever. If the one person that I follow on Twitter no longer uses Twitter, then I won't be following anybody. But tell me, please, what is the future for Twitter? What is the future for Twitter? We'll just run through a very quick story. Okay, minus. Right, interesting first card out. Divide, peace. Time, large, magic. Okay, let's see what the next row brings us. Lots of noise, lots of technology, communications, things moving very wealth being created one drop at a time. But there will be this rebalancing of the light. The dark is out. Communication is in. Communication is the key yet to be written. So the dark is out. The communication between people is going to be the key, and that's what's missing on Twitter at the moment. It gets back to that community feel that I feel. So he's going to minus the division in regards to peace. It will happen in time, and it will be large when it comes through, and it will be magical when it happens. The past was a swamp. There'll be slow coming together of families, etc., but it will be celebratory, and we will be helping each other in the work that we do. So again, I'm not seeing anything. So the negativity is going to be divided, and the division is going to be removed in exchange for a peaceful time that will loom. It will be a positive and large aspect in people's. That's what he's trying to do. Is he's trying to bring it back as a. Okay, what I've just been told is he wants to recreate it to what Facebook used to be. Now, if you think back in the early days of Facebook, it was about sharing with your family and friends. It was about communicating with your peoples, for want of a better way to put it, communicating with your tribe, and then Facebook got lost in the desire to make pots of money, and has hence been abandoned, except for by advertisers to a large extent. So again, nothing negative that I'm getting there. So time will tell. I'm feeling positive about it. I shall watch with interest. Let me know how you feel, and I shall catch you later. Bye-bye.